What's happening, guys? So, as a lot of you might know, follow me. A few years ago, I started a podcast. And just for the fact that I was filming it all and editing all myself, I had to shelve it for a while because my tattooing schedule was just far too busy. So, thanks to the guys here at Liverpool Podcast Studios, I'm now back at it. And it's been a long wait. It's been 2 years. So, that brings me to my first guest to come back with a bang, Kerry Katona.
Am I your first guest after two? I'll go gentle, Jay. We'll break you in easy.
Here we go.
She's here.
How are you?
I'm really good, my lovely.
Thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
Long time no see, Jokes. Well,
not
I didn't see
really.
you that long ago.
So-
You did this crap on my arm.
Yeah.
You
So
did that.
I first met Kerry, for anyone that's watching, 8 years ago.
Yes,
About
8 years ago it was, yeah.
Yeah. And so people who've maybe watched my interviews and stuff and followed my career at the time. So I used to just spam celebrities before I obviously met you. And I used to think they'll either follow me or block me. And this is how I'll get my name out there.
Yeah.
And you wrote back to me. And I used to screenshot it and then I'd post it. And then people would be like, oh my God, Kerry Katona's messaged Jay. And
So is it down to me that you've got this amazing career?
yeah, well, this is what I'm saying. It's actually shaped where I got to because by tattooing people like yourself, I got noticed for tattoo fixers.
Well, that's a great thing. I think in this industry, when we're lucky enough to have a platform like this, when people get in touch like yourself and such a great artist that you are, I scratch your back, you scratch mine.
Yeah.
You know, and I think we all want to achieve so much in life that we all should help each other. That's my view.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's why I'm here for free.
Yeah.
Because you've got to finish tattooing me arm, aren't you?
Yeah, we are.
Just to clarify, I'm not being paid for this. I'm getting a free tattoo.
Yeah. I scratch my back. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Yeah. So, yeah, we tattooed you the first time the first time we ever tattooed was the roses.
The roses on my shoulder. You've done behind my ear. You did my finger.
Yeah.
You've done my arm.
Yeah.
I've had a laser off you at your studio.
You have, yeah.
And then we're going to do we won't tell them what we're having done because it's a surprise.
Yeah, it is a surprise. But it is going to look sick.
Well, you are amazing.
Well,
you are very, very good, to be fair.
Do you know what, though? I was just saying to you then, off camera, looking at that tattoo, it's all, for me, I go on about it all the time, but aftercare is the biggest thing. Some people like that. I'll spend hours doing these tattoos and they don't. Yeah, and they don't look after it. They just let it go, and then it doesn't heal nice.
Really
but it has healed really nice.
That still looks really highlighted. The white on it as well. But yeah, I love it.
You're still pleased, yeah? Because you weren't sure, were you?
Sleeve about 8 years.
Yeah, but that's the thing as well. There's a lot of people who just get sleeves off the spur of the moment type thing, and I always find it's like you're doing it because everyone's getting it, whereas you've actually waited 8 years.
I've waited and waited to make sure I was in the right place. I had my angel done because that was my auntie who had died of addiction. I had to get that done. That was when I was down south.
Yeah.
And the moral compass, which goes like this.
Yeah. It's all over the place.
It's my moral compass in life and the fact I'm blessed. And I am really, really blessed. And when I'm talking, I'm always like this on my arm. Yeah. Because this is part of my life and my story. Yeah. And that goes to scars as well, stretch marks, things like that. I look at my body as it is my canvas. It tells a story.
Yeah.
And that's why I love tattoos as well. And I mean, I've been really careful about my sleeve. I haven't rushed into this. I've really had to think about what I wanted to do. And then I saw this beautiful tattoo, which reflects my bipolar. And I sent it you. Yeah. And I was like, getting that done.
This is the idea, isn't it?
That's what I want, I think. And then blend it all in together, because you've got it all that stuff anyway.
Well,
And then I think I want one here.
Do you? Well, and then you'll go for another sleeve.
No, I won't get another sleeve on
You
that
will.
one. I want this filling in. I don't like this.
Really?
Don't like this one at all.
I didn't do that, by the way.
No, Jade. I want that blocked somehow. It's just
the whole hand?
Yeah, it just looks a bit...
You do know, though, if you do get the hand tattooed and then you get the inside of the bicep, you're going to want to link it.
Oh, and I wanted these red and you won't let me.
It's not that I wouldn't let you.
No, you won't let me, Jay.
The thing is, you can always add the red. You can't take it away. And I just thought it would spoil it.
What are we thinking? Well, I listened to you.
I think it looks classy.
And then I open my gob and ruin it.
That's not quite true.
It is. Yeah, so I can't believe you're doing this. See, I always thought you had a face for radio, to be honest with you, Jay.
Typical. It's a good job we've known each other a long time now, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. So, what are you up to at the minute?
Oh, I got arrested last week. I'm joking. What am I up to?
I thought you were being serious then for a second. I was like, oh my God.
If I say shit like that, people actually believe me.
Well, yeah.
When people go, where the kids go,
it's believable.
I go social services and they go, oh my God, I'm so, I'm joking. I'm a really good mum. Honestly, I let them out the cage once a week. What am I up to?
Because I know when I look at your Instagram, you're always doing something.
Yeah.
You've got so much.
I'm a grafter, Jay.
Yeah, you just look busy all the time.
Yeah. I think I did an interview yesterday for the Sunday Mail, is it? Something like that, anyway. And I was talking about, they was asking me about, you know, what my parents talked about money. Said nothing. My mum was on benefits all her life.
Yeah.
So I think being a child of foster home and refuges and things like that, I've always been a grafter. I've always had my own money.
Yeah.
And I'll say I've never met anybody like me before, to be honest. You know, for someone who's been on every side of the coin to then go into bankruptcy, become a millionaire, go into bankruptcy and become a millionaire again. Who does that?
Yeah.
Who actually does that?
Kerry Katona does that.
I do that. And I think I'm quite extraordinary. I like to give myself a pat on the back.
But you're obviously in a good position now, aren't you?
Really. That's down to OnlyFans and these babies. I am so grateful for these, but I want them to go a bit smaller, but yeah. Well, I was on the verge of going back into my third bankruptcy when the first lockdown. It was so tough.
Really?
Yeah. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to start an OnlyFans account. And my God, I'm so glad that I did, because with that, I was able to invest in myself, which I've never done.
Was it
before.
lockdown that caused it?
Yeah, I couldn't even pay my rent.
Really?
I had this big, massive jukebox off Brian, my first husband. I have to Google it half the time because I can't remember who we've been married to, honestly. I look at my kids and go, who do you belong to? I do, it's so funny. The kids love it. So I had this jukebox that Brian McFadden bought me. It's a wedding present, and it's gone everywhere with me. It's got all my old music in there, my Rod Stewart.
That's cool.
And I couldn't afford to pay the rent. And it's about 16 grand, that jukebox. I had to sell it for £1,900.
Are you joking?
Devastated, yeah.
Why did it have to be sold so cheap? If it's worth that much, like, does no one want to pay for it?
Why did we sell it that cheap?
It was a bit damaged.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to pay the rent.
Yeah.
And I had this management at the time who was absolute crap. I remember going to him and go like, why don't do a clothing line? Why don't we YouTube? And he was like, no, won't do well. I thought, sod it, I'm going to do OnlyFans. And I started off as a page 3 model.
Did you? Because I was going to, I was thinking about you today and I was thinking...
Was you in the shower?
No.
I can you make straight you want a subscription on my OnlyFans, honestly.
Oh my God. I should have been prepared for this, shouldn't I, really? Now, do you know when you first got into this industry?
Yeah.
Was it through Atomic Kitten or was it from doing modelling?
No, well, I got in Atomic Kitten. I went for an audition, never been for an audition in my life.
So what were you doing before that? What were you doing?
I was working at BT as a sales advisor.
Right.
And glamour modelling. So
you were doing the modelling?
Yeah. So I had the most amazing tits in the world. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to lie about it. And I wasn't going to be a rocket scientist, was I? So I was living in a council flat. I thought, you know, these are my get out. And I got put into a semi-independence home when I was 16. Then I got my first flat when I was 17. And I just wanted out. And I wanted to be somebody who people gave a shit. But I had a really shit childhood.
Is that what drives you, though?
Yeah, my boobs were my get out, and I'm dead proud of it. I made my... So I went for my audition. I threw my page 3 photographs down, told a load of date jokes, sang a few songs, and I was a founder member.
Okay.
And they based the band around my personality. I called us Atomic Kitten, and we held auditions. I was in the band.
What did you say you came up with that name?
Yeah.
Did you? That's well good.
We had a stylist, and we called ourselves Automatic Kitten. And it was I was like, what about Atomic, Explosive, Atomic Kitten?
Yeah.
And that's what it was. And then I was in the band on my own for 2.5 months, and we held auditions. And during the start of Atomic Kitten, I was lap dancing.
Really?
Yeah. Even when we were gigging, yeah. Because I couldn't afford paying rent.
Yeah.
And the other 2 girls were still living at home with their mum and dad. I was 18 by this point now.
Yeah.
And I was living on my own. So,
yeah,
I was fully naked lap dancing. So I've just gone back to my roots, really.
Oh, my God. So you auditioned the other girls for Atomic Kitten, right?
We held auditions, and I picked Liz and Heidi Range, who was in the Sugar Babes.
Oh, right, yeah.
And Heidi and Liz, they didn't get on. I think one of them slapped the other or something like that. And Heidi wanted to go solo. And then they auditioned Tash, which I wasn't aware of. And I didn't like. I couldn't stand her. And they went, just give her 2 weeks and see how you get on. And I fell madly in love with her.
Really?
I thought, this girl is absolutely great. And then 4 weeks later, we got a record deal. And now neither one of them talk to me.
She's an open book. What can I say?
But I wish him well. And I was talking to Ryan about this the other night. I was watching something. It was on a completely different level, but I related to it. I went through so much with those girls. And I am where I am today because of Atomic Kitten.
Yeah.
You know, I just think it's really sad. You know, I wish them nothing. I mean, Jenny's back in the band. They're going on tour with Blue. Free advertisement for you girls. There you go. Go get your tickets. It'll be amazing. I do wish them all the best, but I'm gutted that I've got nobody to talk about memories with on that level, which is quite sad.
Because I suppose that was like the first time that you just blew up into fame.
Yeah, it was
And then
crazy.
you obviously went through it together.
I was this kid in foster home who just got a passport, been on a plane once with my foster parents. And next thing you know, I've been to Japan 5 times. I'm travelling the world, you know, several times over. I've been everywhere you can possibly think of. And it was just, oh my God, I can't
Was it
believe
mental? Yeah.
Even now, Jay, everyone goes, oh, you're Kerry Katona, oh, you're a legend, you're this, you're that. And I think, I can't fucking believe I'm here. I've been winging this shit. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm still here.
Just winging it.
I'm winging it. And every time I get offered to, I'm just on a TV show for E4 called Celebrity Cooking School.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll avoid that one.
It's me, Paul Chowdhury.
Oh, yeah. He's sick. He's quality.
Sean Ryder, Kim Woodburn.
Oh, yeah.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Oh, my God, that's going to be well
So
good.
we're off filming that for 2 weeks. And when I got offered to do things like this, like SAS or The Jungle or Coach Trip, I think... I never actually go, how much you pay me? I always go, wow, what a great adventure that'll be.
Yeah, just a bit of fun.
Wow, not just fun, but memories.
Yeah.
Creative memories. I got to Coach Trip with my daughter, Lily.
Yeah.
And I was like, how... And I got paid for it.
Yeah.
You know, I would never go off and do shit like that normally. Because, but it's just like, wow...
All these memories,
with it,
don't they? Some really good memories come
all
with it,
these
don't they?
amazing memories I'm creating. And I think that's another thing with, like, I've been on every side of the coin you can think of. Your riches are in your memories. You know, money gives you better options to create bigger adventures, I guess, that pay for that. But for me, it's all in your family and the memories you create together as a family.
And that's what, like, the thing with the money brings, isn't it? It gives you the time.
Can I just say this is the most Shay's ever spoke to me?
That's not true. I spent 8 hours a day with her.
We've had such great nights out. Honestly, that was my favourite night out. We were with Danielle, and you took that video. I've still got that video. And you took that video of me and Danielle. That was
a belter night out.
Sorry, I went completely off topic.
The football used to be good, didn't it? Like, it was really good.
Don't
like
do that anymore. I doubt they're gonna have Kate. Love you, Kate. But they were
that was a
brilliant.
really good night out. So we used to play celebrity football, and Kerry used to come along and be the manager. And what I couldn't get over is that when we used to do it, they'd have the night out before the game.
And
so we'd all play and hungover.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And they were mad nights out, weren't
they were, but good fun.
Yeah.
Really good fun. Especially when Kate would turn up.
Oh, my God.
I love you, Kate.
There was some proper mad nights.
Proper crazy nights. Really good night. But good nights.
Yeah.
Me and Danielle would be there. It was great. I loved it. Don't do it.
She's one of your best friends, isn't she, Danielle?
Danielle is the bestest friend in the whole wide world.
And how did you meet her? Through once you became famous?
Management. Yeah, I met, 11 years, 12 years ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah, bloody hell, 12 years ago. She was pregnant with Henry. Hendrix. I don't know why I said Henry then. I was like, what's Henry? Oh, that's the guy who's talking about the house, that's why. I met Danielle. I was with Can Associates at the time. Me and Peter Andre, and Danielle was signed up with him, and we went to Claire's house for barbecue, and Danielle was there. And you know, you meet someone, you just hit it off.
Just click, yeah.
And we just clicked, and I love her to bits. She's been there for me through, like, when I've been skint, she's lent me money. When I've been heartbroken, when I split up with George, when George has hit me, she's been there through it all, and vice versa. When she's gone through a breakup, I've got in the car, I've drove to her, We don't see each other all the time, but...
No, but you don't need to when you make friends like that, do you?
No, we don't need to. And we've never, ever in 12 years had a crossword.
Yeah.
Ever. And we've gone on holiday. I took Mimi on our first holiday, Danielle's little girl. And
really?
I've got all these pictures, all these great memories of, camping with the kids. So,
that's what it's about, isn't it? Like, you can obviously be friends, not speak to you. I've got mates that I don't speak to for months, but it's like...
I'm quite sure you've got mates, Joe.
Yeah, well, I pay for them.
Don't fucking pay me.
All right.
But that's what it's all about. And Danielle is definitely
Friend for life.
I wish Danielle was in my life when I was going through all the drugs and the bankruptcy and all that kind of shit.
Yeah. That was a rough time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's great. She's a great girl, Danielle.
You've been through a lot, haven't you?
A little bit. Bankruptcy, divorces, drugs, foster home, stripping, tits out.
But do you know, it just shapes
health.
who you are, though, as a person, doesn't it?
I wouldn't change any of it. A lot of people say to me, what do you regret? Nothing. I can't regret any of it. I have to accept. You
can't change it, can you?
I've made many mistakes in my life, Jay. Many, many mistakes. But there's nothing I can do about it now. I can only learn from them.
Yeah.
I can't change the past.
No.
I really, really can't.
No.
The one thing I'm so proud of is what a wonderful mum I am. I am a good mum. My kids have got an awesome life. I've brought them up amazing. They never witnessed anything. I'm so grateful and blessed for that. See? I'll do sign language in a minute. Like one of those little people. I'm really lucky and blessed. And I've got a really good open relationship with my children. I talk about drugs. They know about my drugs. They know about the bankruptcy, the divorces. You know, it's been one hell. I mean, I know when I'm on my deathbed, I know I've fulfilled. If I was to walk outside and die now, I've had one hell of a life. Yeah. Don't want to walk outside and die. Universe.
Do you know that I think though, when you're a parent, I think it's that is your most important job in life over anything. Is to be a good parent. I was born
to be a parent.
Yeah.
And I was very young when I became. I was only 20.
Yeah.
I was married at 21, Jay.
Yeah.
Who does that?
That's
Me.
Very young. Yeah.
And then I got married again.
Yeah.
And then I got married again. And I'm engaged. But me and Ryan, we've been together for 4 years this year.
I know. Yeah.
And not a divorce in sight. No babies.
No.
I call him my man-child. You are my baby, aren't you, baby? Yeah. And Ryan is like no one else I met before. Yeah. Like, you met George. George was very possessive and controlling. And Ryan,
obviously I didn't see that because I only met George once.
Yeah, and in person, George is like really very charming, absolutely. But me and Ryan are quite opposites, but it works. In fact, people think I'm the chatterbox. In actual fact, once Ryan gets on a conversation, he does not shut up. Do you, babe?
I don't believe that.
I shit you not.
I don't believe that.
Right, you've got to watch my new YouTube, my YouTube video from Chill Factor's dropping at 6 o'clock tonight. Watch it and you'll see me go, yes, Ryan.
I was going to say, it's because he's been with you for 4 years.
He does. But we work because we're business partners as well.
Yeah.
So because
And how's that, like, is that easy? Or?
No, it's a nightmare. It's really hard.
Because they always say, don't work with you, like your best friends or family.
Like, Ryan never normally comes to me with anything like this, ever. But we're going to go for food after this because it's supposed to be a day off, but I agreed to do this for you because I want my tattoo. Anyway, moving on quickly.
Because I want my tattoo.
Because I want my tattoo, not because I like you. No, it's really difficult. We argue like cat and dog. Yeah. We really do. But I think it's healthy to have arguments as well. But because I did OnlyFans, I was able to invest in me. Like, I've got Kerry's Boutique. Right. I've been able to invest in Thrills, which you've not joined yet, have you? Do you remember we had this conversation?
I feel like you've just had digs at me throughout this.
Well, do you remember we had this conversation? I drove an hour to be here with you. You will join Thrills before I leave here.
So, here we go.
In Thrills, and and we also have MFit, which is our fitness app, and we also created our own dating website as well.
Yeah, so like that's what I mean. You're so big. You're just doing one thing after another.
That's not including my TV work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
My media work, you know.
Do you ever get time for yourself, though?
You know what? If I'm at home and I sit down, it's like Ryan's working now. That's exactly, even though he sat there, we're constantly, all the time, we're replying to emails. Yeah. We're always working. It's very hard. Like, even like when you go away, you get these free holidays. I mean, that's how we go. You know, you do, I want these, you set up pat pictures, you get a free holiday. I'm more than happy to do that. Yeah. I'm not even going to lie about it. No. If any normal person out there got, of course you're going to do it. Yeah. Why not? And it's like with me OnlyFans, people go, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing that. You're so desperate. It's like, hang on, do you pay like £20 to go to the cinema to watch films? Yeah, you do. Did you watch Black Swan with Natalie Portman? Oh, you see that bit where she was masturbating? Right, she wins awards and gets paid millions. I don't even do that. I get a bit of nipple out and I'm a disgrace. What? But you see what I'm saying? Do you see where I'm coming from? You watch Nicole Kidman.
No, I'd have to pay for that.
But you see Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise, eyes wide shut, simulating sex. I don't do that. But it's like, so people work in a different unfortunately, we live in a society where you put in a box and in a certain class and a certain level. Because I'm from a council estate and I do OnlyFans, that's not acceptable that an A-list Hollywood actress, you know, Angelina Jolie. Like, let's look at Love Actually.
Yeah.
You know, Martin Freeman and the girl from Gavin and Stacey and the standing doubles.
Yes,
and the naked. Everyone sits in and laughing their heads off. All I'm doing is standing and posing with my tits out.
Yeah.
Can you not understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's acceptable. What I do isn't. But we're both being paid money.
Do you know with OnlyFans, because OnlyFans is quite new, isn't it, within the last few years?
It is, but I guarantee it by next year there'll be so many more people on it. Unfortunately, it has a stigma towards it around the porn. I mean, I officially work in the sex industry.
Right.
You're always going to make money in the sex industry, in deaf, nurseries, home care, fitness.
Yeah.
That's where the money's always going to be.
Would you say, though, like, because you have to be thick-skinned, don't you, to be in it, because you are going to get trolled no matter what? I
actually don't.
Do you not?
I think if I get trolled, it's always by a man.
Yeah.
And I think because it's such a man's world.
Right.
I don't think they like the fact that women are, I don't know, men are dickheads, no offence, Jay, but you all are. Oh my God, look at it. Can I get your tits out? Give us a free preview. Fuck off, knob.
Do people shout stuff like that to you?
Only if you're in Warrington. No, they don't. But you're always, you're always aware of people like that. But women are dead supportive. The amount of women who's got in touch saying, Kerry, give me advice on OnlyFans. I think create your own empire. Invest in you.
Yeah.
What's the difference of me going on a beach, topless, every year, with my kids in tow, building sandcastles and just with bikini bottoms because I don't want to get tan marks, and perhaps getting pictures?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
What do you think about, like, young girls doing it? Do you think they're too young? Because my thing is that when you see,
really
like, the younger
hard.
girls doing it, I just think, you're not fully formed mature yet.
Yeah,
like,
I understand what you're saying, but I was
regret
16. I was 16 when I started pastry modelling.
Right.
But back then, if you look at Only Fools and Horses, there's actually a clip where in the flat that Derek and Rodney lived, there's a pastry calendar.
Right.
Of them topless on the wall. Because back in the day, how old are you, Jay?
32 in April.
Back in my day, we used to have pastry pictures all the time. It was like, we live in a woke society where everything gets fucking cancelled these days. I was going to say, bastard, anything gets get into trouble. Do you know what I mean?
Don't get me started.
So that was really acceptable back then. We had Samantha Fox, and I wanted to be like Samantha Fox, and that's what it was when you were 16. But I'm a mother. I have 4 girls and 1 boy. Yeah. And what annoys me with society today is social media. Yeah. Like Molly and Lily are a different generation to Heidi and Max. Molly's 21 this year, Lily's 19, Max is 13 and Heidi's just turned 15. And all Heidi does is, Mum, look at her, look how pretty she is. Oh, Mum, look at that. And it's like, it's Heidi, isn't it? She's not living in today's world. She's not here in the moment and enjoy. It's what everybody else is doing, their lives that they're living.
It's a comparison thing, isn't it?
And filters. I never use a filter. Ever use a filter. Although, can you airbrush this when we're done, please? Ever. And it's like our Heidi's always hiding her face. And I also think that Max thinks that girls have to look a certain way because of having all these big lips and big bums, and it says me. Oh my God, I've been sliced and diced that much. I come in a cardboard box with instructions how to put me together. This ain't even my arm anymore. It's not my tit.
It is true though. Like,
but I'm 41, Jay. There's a difference. I'm 41. I've had 5 children. At my age, I'm entitled.
Yeah,
but not at 19.
No,
absolutely
not. This is what I was going to say. Agree. Like, you're a fully grown adult. You're old enough to make your own decisions. Yeah, sort of. You can make your own decisions, and you live with whatever the consequences are. But when you're 18, 19, and you start doing that, you're a different person by the time you're 28.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And then by the time you're 28, you might have done stuff that you think, I wish I hadn't have done that when I was 18.
100%. Even when I was 28, I had 4 children by then. Yeah. And I still didn't know what life was all about until I actually got in my late 30s. Yeah. Was where I thought, shit, I better grow up a little bit now. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I completely agree with you. Yeah. And like, mine Lily spoke to me about getting a boob job. And who am I to say no? But I said to her, look, why don't you wait until you're at least 22? And she's already changed her mind now. No, I said, stay in the Itty Bitty City Club, darling. I promise you, it's so much better. Yeah. I want to join. Yeah. I'm tripping over my nipples now. So yeah, I definitely, and then you get these young girls who are getting Botox at 19. It's like, why? I mean, I've gone too far with my face. I regret it. Do you know what I mean?
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've just had too much, but it'll wear off, and then I'll go back and get more.
But what? Too much what? Botox?
Yeah.
What? How young were you when you first started having it?
About 30.
But what don't you like?
Well, this is the thing with me, Jay. I've got body dysmorphia.
Right.
I hate my body right now to the point that I'll cry at night. And
Really?
Yeah. I'm very good at being like this. So I'm at the point where I've messed with my body so much that it's damaged it a little bit. Oh, let's have a water.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're going to take my water then? Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That I'm from a generation of, I was 17 when I got in this industry. 18 when I became famous. And that's from a generation...
That's really young.
Yeah.
You've been famous longer now than you haven't been.
Exactly. That makes me feel weird. And on front covers of magazines in the circle of shame.
Right.
A big red circle focusing on your stretch marks or your cellulite. And you think, fuck a duck, I've got to look a certain way.
So do you think that's what's giving you body dysmorphia?
Massively.
So you didn't have any confidence issues when you were younger?
No, I feel I have to look a certain way. And as soon as I put weight on, I feel unsuccessful in my head.
Really?
Massively, yeah. So we got COVID at Christmas. I put out Panto. We had both cars stolen, and I put about 2 stone on, which I'm trying to lose now. But because I'm really struggling in my head. But I'm just open and honest with it, and that's why on my Instagram, if I do a live and I'm having a shit day, I'll let people know I'm having a shit day because it's not all rainbows and unicorns. These unicorns in my world, I promise. Bipolar. I think it's important to be honest and talk about these issues because kids today feel they have to look a certain way. And I think boys, our Max's age, think that girls have to when he gets a certain age, when he is having sex and a girl gets naked, he's going, oh my God, you don't look like that on TikTok. You know, I do, it does bother me.
Yeah.
And I think I've had that much surgery. I think I've put my kids off for life.
Really?
I hope so, yeah.
But that's not a bad thing, you know. If that's another thing they'd learn from you, like you know.
And people go, "Oh, you're not a role model." I never got in this industry to be anybody's fucking role model.
No.
I got this in this industry to get me out of a place I did not want to be in. But along the way, I picked up so many issues that was probably already there anyway. But I'm working on just being who I can be, the best version of me for myself. And you get past your 20s, if you want a nose job or do it. Yeah. By all means, I'm not going to criticize. If that makes your confidence and your self-worth feel better about you, then do it because it's your life.
Yeah.
Do it, but wait till you're a bit older.
Yeah.
Just wait till you're a bit older.
Yeah. And did you develop bipolar or was it something you were born with?
Yeah, I cooked it up in a lab.
Well, I don't really know much. Are you born with it? Or do you,
so my mum...
I've heard that some people develop it, don't they?
Well, my mum was diagnosed with manic depression, which is the same as bipolar, it's just a new word.
Yeah.
So I got diagnosed with So I remember being 19 and getting put on antidepressants during the band.
Right.
I remember keep having these breakdowns. And
do you think that's from fame, though?
But I was only 19. It was...
That's what I mean. Like, it's too much for your brain,
bear in mind, I was doing drugs from the age of 14, Jay.
Right. Yeah.
You know... That's probably had a massive effect.
Yeah,
but
of course.
They also say that people who take drugs, they have mental health issues because they're trying to fill a void.
Right.
That's why they turn to it. It all kind of goes hand in hand. I mean, I don't know if you know, it's got ADHD, dyslexia, bipolar. And I got diagnosed eventually when I was 25 with bipolar. And for me, I was delighted. Didn't know what fucking bipolar was. I thought it was a sport. I was like, oh, great, there's a name for it.
Kid.
How long have you got me for? You're loving this, aren't you, Ben? Great, you're not going to...
Ben's going, fucking hell.
You're not going to get anybody better than this for the rest of the series, I just promise you. That's why you love me, don't you, Ryan? I make you laugh. So when I got diagnosed, I was really happy because I was like, oh, there's a name for it, so I'm not just going crazy. Because 1 minute I'm like dead hyper, I'm going out and spending sprees and I'm buying everything for everybody, and the next thing I'm like, ugh. And it is almost like a drug.
Yeah.
In your head, it's
massive high, low, low.
Yeah. And I think one of the reasons why I took cocaine as well, I was really lost as a person. I was very, very lonely. Despite having all these people around me who wasn't real friends, because where I went to my first bankruptcy, they all disappeared.
Yeah.
Which I look back, it was a blessing. I went in my first bankruptcy because they all just fucked off, which was brilliant. I'm allowed to swear on here, by the way.
Yeah, say what you want.
Good.
Say
Cunt,
what you
twat,
want.
fuck, bollock, shit. You got to keep that in.
Yeah, keep it all in.
Lost track of... Yeah, so that's a lot of...
They all scurried off.
They all scurried off, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I moved down south for 13 years and I've just moved back up north and it was the best thing I ever did.
Yeah. You like it up here?
And then we got robbed.
Yeah. So
well,
you think
I was living in
about your
Windsor.
car?
Yeah, I was living in Windsor. I married my mum's drug dealer, Mark Croft, because I thought I was going to get me drugs for free. And it ended up costing me so much more money. He's saying, I can't put this in. Lawyers. And I was in Winslow. I went bankrupt. I was doing shitloads of drugs. I could have died. I mean, I was having fits on the floor.
Really?
Yeah.
From taking the drugs?
And it was almost like I wanted to die, but I didn't have the balls to kill myself. I was that lost. And at that time was the news of the world. And they battered me.
Yeah.
That was like being in an abusive relationship.
Isn't that mental that they do that when you're going through that and they don't know, but then even though they don't know, they'll still attack,
Back then,
no matter what.
I was like the British Britney Spears with the press. It was horrendous. I mean, I used to have like 20 paps outside my house every day. But since I've took control of my life and took control of who can take my picture and who can't, I mean, we still get pap. We was on a walk, wasn't we, with the dogs the other day? I went, there's a pap. Where did he come from? Hang on, I want somebody for this.
It is weird. It is so weird.
And it is. I was like, how do you even know we were here? We're like walking along. No, I'm not going, hey, I'm just about to go into Marks and Sparks. Joking. And I was like, didn't we? I was like, there's a guy taking a picture. And he just happened to be driving past in his car.
Oh, so he's just spotted you?
Yeah, which is really
so he
random.
wasn't like hanging around stalking you with his...
But that's what
his binoculars outside your house.
I've had him in my bushes. I've had him hiding. Yeah, it's been like when I was in the Iceland adverts. That was when I was a millionaire. I'm a millionaire now, but that was when you used to get paid $100,000 for a photo shoot. You know what I mean? And ridiculous amounts of money for work. And the news world paid really well as well for a photo shoot.
Yeah.
So because of what I do for a living, you also need the press. So the press has probably been my longest relationship I've ever had.
Does it feel like you become a bit trapped? So say like you say, I agree to a photo shoot because it's X amount of money, but they need a bit of dirt on you as well.
But this is what makes it like...
So do you feel sort of trapped in that?
You know what annoys me? It's like, well, you signed a deal with the devil, so we've got a right to camp outside your house.
Yeah.
Hang on a fucking minute. If I come in your office and your phone's on the table and you show me a picture of your kid, does that mean I'm entitled then to pick your phone up and look at all your fucking pictures? No.
Yeah.
This is my life. I'm entitled to sell whatever part that I want because it's my life.
Yeah.
So it's like you sat there, you open your laptop and you show me files. That mean I've got to write and take it off you and go, well, you've opened it now.
See it all.
So I want to see it all.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. It's my life. I choose what I want to open. I choose what I want to sell or not sell. And I will sell, like, exclusive interviews. Oh, look how much weight I've lost. Let's be honest, if I didn't put weight on, I'll lose it. I won't have a career. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my life. I decide on what I want to do and not because it's my life.
Yeah.
So, no, it's not I signed a deal with the devil
at
all. I want to entertain. I like making people laugh. I like telling my story. I want people at home to go, that gives me hope. That's inspired me. If Kerry Katona can get through it, so can I.
Yeah.
You know, I want to entertain. I want to make people laugh and cry and throw shit at the TV to turn it off and close the laptop.
But I think when Instagram came out, I think that's what it was supposed to be, wasn't it? It was supposed to you can show what you want of your life. But what it's become is more people showing fake versions of their life.
Well, that's what OnlyFans is supposed to be as well. So it's not just supposed to be about sexy stuff. Like, you could set an OnlyFans account up about tattooing. And people who, if you want to teach an art class on your OnlyFans, people got to subscribe to it. So everything that you put on your Instagram, take all that off, put it onto your OnlyFans.
I didn't know that.
Use my referral code. That's what it is.
You're a businesswoman, Kerry.
I have gone down the route of getting my tits out because it's quicker money.
Right.
But we could do fitness on there.
Yeah.
We can do a cooking show. Cooking, I said, Ben. Look up pervert. Okay, I got all excited then, didn't you?
Man's like, what the fuck is going on?
Did Jay not tell you I'm a comedian as well?
I said she's an open book.
I done stand-up, me.
Fucking hell. But yeah.
That's another thing, humour. Humour's a massive thing of how I got through so much stuff. I've been through so much, but I've always been able... Like if I do stand-up or I do a PA, the first thing I do is take the piss out myself on the stage. I'll walk on pretending I'm drunk and start slurring. Fucking hell, thought I was back on this morning then. Yeah. Which I wasn't drunk, by the way. But things like that, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, so OnlyFans. You can set up an account on there and you want to subscribe to Jay, come and teach. Right. You know, I can show you how to do this. And that's what people...
See, I thought OnlyFans was just a sexual thing.
No, so I can go off my Instagram, but I keep it going because it's business as well, and show behind the scenes of my life. Yeah. And people subscribe to it. But I know the quickest way to make money is get my tits out. But yeah, if you've got die-hard fans... I've tested...
I get messages all the time saying, are you going to set up an OnlyFans? And I was like, no.
Well, I think when they say that they want you to get your top off, they want you to get your cock out, Jay, but...
well, that's what I thought they were asking. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Fuck that.
No, but only that is what it's like. So, you could do full, like, oh, this is what I'm doing today, or that, and people subscribe to watch it. Yeah. But it's also very good in the gay community, and I'm sure they would like you to take your top off while you tattoo him. But I've seen him without his top on, you're not missing much.
It's not that great. It's disappointing.
It's all from shoulders up, believe me.
Need some surgery.
Hey, I've got great surgery. I've got him on speed dial.
Talk to me about SAS. Because...
I've not got much to say. I wasn't on it very long.
Yeah, but I've always... I want to do it.
I've tried to get you on that.
Yeah, I know.
I do want to do it. For it.
I want to do it because it's something I would hate to do. So, you know, you just put... Yeah, exactly. Is that why you did it?
Yeah, and also, again, oh, my God, I'm joining the SAS. You know, what? And you get to say that he's done this with Foxy and Aunt Middleton. I'm dead lucky. Yeah. But it turned out to be so much more than that. I was grieving, and I didn't realise I was grieving. Yeah. And it got so overpowered. Like, they really... Like, there's a lot of stuff that isn't shown. They go... You sit at home...
It's an hour.
You'll sit at home and you'll watch, and it's a 24-hour. It's non-stop. I think you get like 5 hours skip or something like that. Yeah. And then you're being filmed. And you sit at home and I watched Katie do it. I was like, I can do that. I lasted longer than Katie. That's all that matters. And you say, I can do that. But for me, it wasn't so much the physical side. It was the emotional side that I wasn't able to handle. I just remember, which they never shown, Ant grabs me before he's given us our numbers, because you get called a number. Yeah. He's going, you got fucking more to prove than anybody, Katona. And he's spitting as he said it. And I catapulted back because George just spit at me. Right. And I just got, and the shouting, and I just got catapulted back to a place that I thought I'd already dealt with. And I clearly hadn't. And also just the grief of what happened with George. And that was almost like my safe place to do it, away from the kids, away from Ryan. And they really hounded on you. And I was like, I got to go home. And, you know, I got up the next day because I made it through the night. And I remember watching Sarah from Loose Women getting dressed and putting her wet clothes on. I thought, I don't really want to join the SAS. I think I'll go home now.
It's not my cup of tea, that.
Yeah, in my head, I actually thought, you know what? I've been through real shit. I've got through it. Why am I putting myself through this on TV? Yeah. I've actually got through worse shit than run up and down a fucking mountain. I've dealt with it, and I was like, I don't have to prove anything to anybody, Aunt. Yeah. I've done it. Look where I am. I've got myself through it. I'm better than ever. Yeah. And that's what it was to me.
Yeah. And you feel like do you feel like
I got closure from it? Yeah, massively. Yeah, huge closure. For me, yeah. It was almost like I gave myself allowance to not feel sorry for little Kerry. That's like looking at the Kerry as, I'm talking as the third person, but from a little kid, and I was an only child. I was so desperate to be loved. I was wanting my mum's love. I was in foster home. I watched my mum slit her wrist for the first time when I was 3. Really? You know, that is why I've got more.
And do you remember it?
Yeah.
It's mad that because when you think back to that age,
I mean, I can't wait to watch the film on me. It'd be a great film one. I keep saying there's going to be a film on me one day, I promise you. Because I got put in foster home because my mum's fella told us he was Freddy Krueger. And then he stabbed me mum. I pulled a knife out. He wanted to cut us up and all kinds of shit. And then when I was born, the guy who my mum was with when I was born, I called Dad, and his dad was my granddad, but she left me dad for my granddad, married my granddad, who then became my dad. My dad became a brother, and then she left him for a woman and became a lesbian for years. And then they told me that neither one of them was my dad. It was this other guy, and I was a product of an affair. He's still with me, Benjamin.
He's like, what just happened there?
I was like you.
And how old were you then?
I was 7 when I got told my stepdad wasn't my real dad. And my mum had a lot of mental health issues, and she was always just trying to kill herself, my mum, and OD and slit her wrists and all that kind of stuff.
And were you the only child at this point?
Yeah, I am the only child.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a product of an affair. So the reason why I got Max Clifford involved in my life was when I went in the jungle, I knew my biological dad's name, but I knew he was married with a family. And I knew going in the jungle was going to put a lot of interest on me. So Brian introduced me to Max Clifford. Do you know Max Clifford?
I know the name.
He's like the big PR guy. He's dead now.
Right.
He gave me when we got married. I didn't want, which time? The second time. I didn't want to see a picture of my dad for the very first time, which he never did. And then when I was 28, my manager rang me up and said, Kerry, I'm sorry your dad died. I went, my dad died in April. Because I always call my stepdad dad. I always have done. Not my foster dad, my stepdad, who's 30 years older than me. My life is so complicated. I mean, half the time I can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, and he went, who's Ronnie Armstrong? I said, how do you know that name? He went, well, the News at World are about to run a story that actually dad. I went, how the hell do you know this? Because I never told him.
How do they know it?
I don't know. I have no idea. They found out. So they knocked on his wife's door or my sister's door and opened the door and said, we're from the News at World. We're going to run a story that your husband had an affair 28 years ago. He's got a dog called Kerry Katona, and we're going to put it on the front page of papers. She went, he died 3 months ago. So not only has this woman just buried her husband, the fucking News at World are knocking on her door, destroying all her memories of him being faithful. And to knock it off, she's got this Kerry Katona now. It's horrible. Isn't it? I always get so upset when I think about that because none of them asked for it. We're innocent victims in it, me and Joyce, who's absolutely lovely. I get on great. I met him. I met my sister. I've got 3 brothers.
How did she feel after that?
I was so scared. I was like, oh my God, they're going to hate me. But I had to realise it's not my fault.
It's not your fault, was it?
I did ask, and it really ruined their lives.
I was going to say,
they have nothing to do with the press or anything like that anymore. They're keeping the very background of things, which I understand. That makes me feel very fucking hell. It's awful.
Again, it's nothing you can.
But yeah, when I met his wife and her children, who's my sister, my brothers, she grabbed my face and went, "Oh my God, you're the image of your dad." And I know
his wife said that.
Yeah, I get on great with them all. They came and watch me in Panto and stuff.
Oh, nice.
I think a lot of my choices in men was because I didn't have a dad.
Yeah, probably.
Really.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted that father figure.
You need both. You do need both.
Well, I don't think you do because I've done all right. I have done okay.
Yeah, I don't mean you can't do all right without both. I just think
Well, the thing is,
to try and guide you in the right direction, you need the mixture of both.
100%. I agree with that. But also, when I look at me as a parent myself and my children, I've done it by myself.
Yeah, it just needs to be good parents.
But what it is as well, I know what I kept doing the same thing over and over again. When I was a kid, I didn't want to be rich and famous. No. I wanted to be a mum, a wife, and have a big family, and that's what I was trying to achieve. So when Brian left me, I was so eager. I've got to fix this. Yeah. I've got to get married. I've got to do it all again and create another family.
Yeah.
And then do it again with George. I've got to do it again. I've got to create another family. And I kept doing it with the wrong person, like bad boys who've been in prison and, who sell drugs. And I kept doing the same thing over. And it took me a long time. This is so sad to realise that I was enough for my kids.
Yeah.
Just me.
Yeah.
I was more than enough for my children. It took me so long to realise that. And then that one slipped in.
Slipped in just doesn't sound right.
But after 5 kids, love, it is.
Oh my God.
You didn't tell you I was a comic, did you?
No. You did do stand-up. You've done stand-up comedy.
Stand-up, yeah.
Do you still do it?
Yeah. No, I've not done it in ages. No. I do this.
Yeah. I
make people laugh on telly.
Yeah. Do you like doing the stand-up?
I do.
Though, isn't
because
it?
For me, I'm more quick-witted. I've just worked with Paul Chowdhury. I'm doing something with him later, but he hates me because I'm funnier than him. He thinks I'm dead funny, Paul.
Yeah, he is quality. Yeah. I was actually watching him the other day. Clips popped up on YouTube. He's fucking funny, isn't he?
But I'm funnier. And you know it, don't you, Paul?
Oh God! But it's comedy's going in this weird direction now, and like we were saying about cancel culture.
Yeah.
Like it's like.
I mean, can you imagine if Jim Davison was still going?
I know.
And those kind of acts back in the day, you know, you just can't do that anymore.
You literally can't. It's like you can't joke about anything.
You can't say anything.
And you know what?
Anymore.
What you were saying before, like, and I think the same thing as what you were saying is that when you have bad shit in life, I find some of the best way to get through it is through laughter.
Humour.
Yeah.
Best defence mechanism.
It is totally, and like. Because if you're laughing, you're not sad.
Exactly.
So
and that changes your mindset.
It does.
Hugely.
Makes your whole feeling different.
100%. If you're feeling down, you know, Bob Proctor, God rest his soul.
Yeah, he died like
Yeah.
Love Bob Proctor.
I love Bob Proctor. He turns around and says, think of a baby laughing, or think of somebody you love, or put a piece of music on, and that has changed my life. Bob Proctor's changed my life. Les Brown, Lisa Nichols, they've all made a huge... Mel Robbins.
Were you gutted when Bob Proctor passed away?
He was Ryan who sent me the message, didn't you?
Oh, it's horrible,
I was gutted, absolutely gutted.
And I watched a little interview of... do you know who Jake Ducey is?
No.
He's Bob Proctor was one of his mentors, and he used to speak to Bob Proctor. I was watching a video every 2 or 3 months, and he hadn't answered for a few months. But he said one of the last conversations he had with him was he said to him, because Bob Proctor was like 88, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he said to him...
With his book, Think and Grow Rich. Have you read that?
Yeah.
I've got it.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I've highlighted... What have I done with my Think and Grow Rich, Brian?
Highlighted all
my
the
book.
all the
all
bits
of
you
it.
remember.
I did the essay. I've done it all.
Yeah.
And everything has happened.
It's true though, isn't it?
Everything I put on my vision board has happened.
Yeah.
And I've got a gratitude book.
Yeah.
And in my I mean, how much did I used to smoke, Jay?
Yeah.
All the time. Like this all the time. I am a non-smoker. And that was in 2019.
Yeah.
2017. And I kept to do my I ams, my affirmations, my gratitudes, and all. It was actually Callum's gratitude book. Did you ever get one off him? Best.
No.
Because I thought Crystal's Callum Best, and he sent me a gratitude book.
Did he? Yeah.
Changed my life.
Yeah.
Go on. What was the last thing you said?
So sorry. Yeah, they were having a conversation, and he said to Bob Proctor, he said, you know, obviously you're getting on a bit. You know, what's your thoughts on death and dying? And he said his response was, so excited, can't wait to see what's next. I thought, what an amazing way to look at it.
That just made me go, because I've got really bad anxiety over death.
Have you?
Really bad anxiety.
Really?
Like I could get myself so worked because I'm so scared of dying. I'm so scared.
What are you scared of?
Well, I think because I've lost two people so young who've just dropped dead, George and our Angela, I don't ever want to leave my children. I mean, I'm quite happy if my Molly and Lily got knocked up so I could be grandma. So I can be around and be there for as much. I mean, I'm happy I'm my young mum, but I'm so scared of leaving my kids.
Yeah.
So scared.
Yeah.
I want to be, because I'm all they've ever had. I'm the only consistency they've all had in their lives, especially for Max and Heidi. And DJ now. Obviously, Ryan's been amazing.
Yeah.
Ryan's a great stepdad
Yeah.
for kids. So it's like... I was scared of leaving. I'm scared of leaving you too, baby.
But you're all really close, though, aren't you?
You'll jump.
You're all really close, aren't you?
Yeah, we're all really, really close as a family, aren't we, babe? Really, really close. Like Molly and Lily, they're old now. They're like my best mates.
Yeah. That's what happens, isn't it? As
we
you
went
get
out
older.
drinking with our Molly, didn't we, Ryan? Oh my God, she's a beast. She's got a video of us in the back of a black taxi.
Doesn't she live in Ireland, though?
No, she lives in London now.
But she was living in Ireland.
She was in
Because they
Ireland.
can drink in Ireland.
Well, she's Irish. Brian's Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Molly and Lily are half
the Irish can drink.
And there's this video in the back of the taxi, and me and Ryan are like that. And she's like, feel myself still going strong. And we're like, you're an animal.
Really?
We took our Lily out, didn't we? And I had to ring you up to come up, pick her up and put her in car.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you go out with him a lot now?
No. I think we've been out with Molly once.
Yeah.
And that was enough. Very rare we actually go out, ever.
That's what happens as you get older. Like, you start becoming, like, you go through a teenage stage where you want to go out with your mates, and then as you get older, you start realising, actually, I just want to be with my parents, you know?
We're not massive drinkers at all.
No.
I think that was probably one of the last nights out I've ever had, proper night out.
Was it, yeah?
Never been out like... The football was probably one of... Obviously, when we go on holiday, I like a drink on holiday.
Yeah.
I've only got to have 2 drinks straight and I'm bladdered.
Really?
Well, I'm such a lightweight, honestly. I can't handle my ale. I used to do loads of drugs. That used to help.
Stay awake for 3 days.
No, I can't do it anymore. So it's just like, you either sit there listening to birds like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But I don't do it anymore, so I can't handle my ale.
Are all your kids close?
Yeah. They're all really close.
Because they're different in ages,
all
aren't they?
cooked in the same oven. All close, yeah. Very, very close. Yeah, they are all really close.
That's good.
Obviously, they all fight.
Yeah.
So, like, Molly and Lily, sometimes you wouldn't even think they had the same mum and dad.
Really?
Because they like night and day, aren't they, Ryan? Molly and Lily, they've got...
Just different characters.
Yeah, night and day, yeah.
It's mad, that, isn't it?
Yeah, and they've got the same mum and dad.
Yeah.
And that's just
crazy, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, Max and Lily look most alike and they've got different dads.
Yeah.
And Heidi and DJ, they look alike and they've got different dads. In fact, 5 to 3?
Yeah.
No, that's not the time. I mean...
But their personalities are all so different.
They're all so different, but all still so alike.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they've all been brought up with me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's mad, isn't it? What was the deal with the car? What happened?
So I was at Panto.
Because I saw your thing.
Oh, I was absolutely gutted. So I was at Panto and I had my youngest 2 girls with me, Heidi and DJ, and it was in Oldham. Anyone's from Oldham, I'm sorry, but it's a fucking shithole. I don't even care. No offence, but honestly, they put me in this travel lodge next to Toby Carvery, and my 7-year-old went, Mummy, can we sleep in the car? No offence, I love a Toby. But they're all outside. All right, Ken, it's a nice fucking motor, isn't it? Oh, fuck's sake. You know what I mean? Not everyone's like that from Oldham, obviously, but we went to this retail park. I went in JD Sport. As I walked out, I could see the back of my car and the lights came on. And I left my Louis Vuitton bag in the back with an iPad and 2 iPads in back because the girls came to Panto with me. So they're in the back of the iPads. I had £300 worth of toys in the boot for Christmas.
Because it was near Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah. And as I'm walking to the car, I saw the lights go on. And it was all in slow motion, Jen. I thought, is Molly all right in my car? I don't know why Molly was in Ireland. And he just started driving, and I left my kids, and I regret it. And I just legged it. They're stealing my fucking car! And it was, oh, fucking hell, here we go. Kerry Katona's having another breakdown.
How did they get in it?
They have a... so someone's followed me around JD.
Yeah.
My keys in my pocket.
Yeah. Oh, they've used that thing.
And they have a thing that decodes your
key fob to the car.
Yeah. And someone gets in it and drives it off.
Wow.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And you never got it back?
Well, no. And I was running, and the more I'm running, I've had 5 kids, I haven't got a sneeze or piss. So as I'm running, I'm peeing myself. I thought, if I keep running, I'm going to fall over in a puddle of piss. So I stopped running. It was either that or trip over my nipples. So I stopped running, and I thought, oh, shit, my kids. I felt really guilty, and I was screaming, hi, to DJ. There's all these people around them. I thought, get away from my fucking kids. I was angry. And the shop that was there was so lovely with us. But rang on the phone to police straight away. I've got a private reg. You see my car?
Yeah, I've seen the car, the Blue Ranger.
And I'm just like, how it never got, and how no one ever caught it back, I don't know. But they then got in the sat-nav and found my house. The same people came to my house 11 days later and took Ryan's Mercedes off the drive.
What the fuck?
So Ryan tracked his car back to Oldham. The police look, we're outside the
Same people, do you think?
Yeah. Well, it's from Oldham.
Yeah.
They've tracked his car, then back to Oldham. The police are ready to go in the garage. When they've gone in, it's just his tracker and the reg plates. And loads of bank statements from, because we had all our tax bills and everything in the back of the car.
Fuck.
So reg plates have been ripped off.
That is insane.
Bad, isn't it?
Honestly, we was in hell with it.
We, as a family and as a couple, it was because we had COVID as well. I had to pull out a Panto. It was just real trying times.
And so what's happened? No, they're not found the car?
Cases been closed. I didn't even see a police officer. It's all on phone.
What?
They've closed the case. There's nothing they can do.
So what?
They've got a good idea who's done it, but that was it. Oh, it's quite common this time of year. Oh, great, that's lovely.
But what do you do? What happens with the money? Like the car's just gone, you're done.
And people, it's an insurance claim. And why? I'm a millionaire. Why do I need an insurance claim? I had my car up for raffle because I've got a new car coming in March. I've told you the car. Yeah, I've told you about the car I'm getting in March. And I could have sold my car, not a problem, but I thought, why don't we put up for raffle and change someone's life? Buy a ticket for 30 quid and then they can win a £100,000 car and sell it.
Yeah.
It's been a shit 2 years. People are struggling for money. That was my plan, and that's what we're doing. And that all got fucked up as well. So they got a cash prize instead, but it's not the point.
So had you sold tickets for the raffle as well?
Yeah. So the tickets that got sold for raffle just went into a cash pot instead.
Right.
So they won money rather than a car.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing. 10% went to a mental health charity. I got not one penny.
Yeah.
That was the point. I'm in a really good financial position. I really wanted to help change someone's life. I remember being 9 years of age, being rehomed, Jay. It was Christmas. We had no Christmas decorations, and the refuge knocked on the door with a bin bag of secondhand stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I was dead grateful. I'm always giving back. I always want to help somebody else, and that's what I wanted to do. And it was just, as a family, me and him was just arguing non-stop. It was horrible to know that some prick who can't get a fucking job goes and steals somebody else's fucking car. It's just, and my babies are asleep and they've come to my fucking house. Knobs, I get very angry.
Well, I'm not surprised.
I mean, I can't believe
Two
it
cars in
chased
2
him.
weeks is horrendous, that is.
I can't believe it chased him. What was I going to do?
Oh, yeah, I know. So the cars are gone.
The cars are gone. I am renting. I've got a little Golf at the minute from Faster Finance Car. Won't give you a shout out because you've been amazing. We've also using my brother-in-law's pickup truck. I look really cool in it. People go, why the fuck is that Kerry Katona driving a pickup? Yep.
Some guy just nearly ran you over out there, didn't he?
I know, fucking hell. You better go check on that car, you know.
Well, you hit the parking space. You're responsible if there's...
Thanks for having me back on that, babe. That's great.
Here we go. It's clamped.
Yeah.
She isn't going anywhere.
That's great. If it's clamped, don't start kicking off. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'll have to shout. Go
Well, yeah, thanks for coming on.
Is that it? We're done? Oh,
yeah.
fucking hell.
Why, do you want to talk more, do you?
I don't care. Oh, it's been fun,
It
Jay.
has been fun.
It's always fun.
Yeah.
When am I getting my tattoo now? I've done my part.
Well, yeah, look at Well, when are you free?
All the time.
You're not
Jay.
free all the time, though.
All the time. I'm free all next week.
All next week. I'm not free next week, but maybe the week after.
Wanker.
When I get home.
I go to Panto on the 17th of March and I'm gone for a month and a half.
What are you in? What's the Panto?
I am Wizard of Oz and the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'm always the evil one. It's good being a bad day. And I go on tour all around the country.
For how long?
A month and a half. Go on the 17th of March, going to rehearsals.
Is that every night?
Yeah, and different hotels. Yeah. So I work. I bring the kids with me as well.
I was going to say, I know, you know Sam Bailey, don't you?
Yeah,
She's been doing it, hasn't she?
Yeah,
She's been doing Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, I remember telling me when she got that patch.
It just seems hectic, that lifestyle.
It is. I mean, do 3 shows a day sometimes.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. I work out
every day.
Not every day. It depends on the theatre and where you are.
Yeah, that's full on.
But I do. I can't. No one can ever knock me for grafting. From the age of 14, I've had 2 jobs.
Yeah.
I worked as a glass collector. I worked at Fashion Connections in the market, and then I go to a nightclub to do the glasses. Then I was at JD Sports.
Yeah.
I've always earned my own money.
Yeah.
Always.
And do you think that's because you've always, obviously, because you talk about your childhood, but do you think that's because you just wanted to be independent?
Yeah, and I look at my kids and say, oh my God. I mean, I took our Heidi to where I used to live. I went, get out and have a watch. I went, no.
Really? Hated it.
And it's so funny how my kids are so privileged, so very well spoken, private educated. And it goes to show how Max came in. He's only 30. He went, Mum, can I get some sushi? I was like, get a fucking cod like normal kids from a chip shop. Fuck's sake, lad.
Sushi.
What?
Oh, sushi, man. No, you can have cod and chips.
Get cod and chips from Chippy. So we went, because I always look at food in restaurants as a class as well. Also another class. And I took our Max and Mum and Sunday. And he's like, oh yeah, can I get the fennel pickle with prawns and, linguine? I thought, I don't even know how to spell linguine.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
And I've brought my kids don't talk anything like
no.
You've met Al Lily at the football. The blonde one. Image of me. You have, Jay.
Briefly.
Yeah.
Briefly, though.
Well, they're all Southerners. They've all got Southern accents.
Right.
They all talk like Ryan, but nicer. They don't talk like me. Don't want to talk like me. But yeah, all right, we're done. Bye. I bore myself sometimes, Jay, honestly.
No, but thanks for coming on. I really appreciate you coming on. It's been a massive help. And obviously for relaunching the podcast, it's going to be really good. So
huge. I've only got a fart to get in papers, love, honestly.
Huh?
I've only got a fart and I'm in papers.
Yeah, boom, we're done.
Thank you.
Sweet.